Physical demand for singles in Magic the Gathering and the return to tabletop play is something that cannot be understated, and the sales this week prove it. So you're going shopping for groceries. You have to fill up a tank of gas. Let me guess, you got to pay your rent or your hydro bill. No, none of you guys have to do any of that apparently, because you're all buying singles cards. Welcome back everyone, MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. Guys, the singles market is on fire. We have some serious sales to go over this week. We have some stuff to unpack with what's going on out there in the Magic market for singles. And it just blows my mind because week after week now, we are seeing stronger and stronger sales, which leads me to believe that you guys must really like Phyrexia All Will Be One. You gotta like the Brothers War. You've gotta like Dominaria United, because these sales and the cards that are racing to try to get to number one this week are just off the wall. Like, it's crazy to watch this all. So when we're going through the video today, yes, it's under the new format I've been trying out. I hope you guys are liking the extra effort I'm putting in. But not only that, there's a lot of conversation we have to have over some of these cards because they're being used in unusual ways. And you guys know what card I'm talking about because we're going to get to it during the video. So let's jump into this. Let's have some fun. I mean, this is your Hot 10 today, man. This is the day of the week you've been waiting for. Let's get the party started right now. Our first card today is a Mycenoth Gardens at number 10 with 654 sales, February 11th to the 17th of 2023. Now, this card does have some uses, guys. It is starting to see play in Modern, in Amulet combo. It also is being used in Legacy with the Riddlesmith combo, as well as another Legacy deck, which is Karn Echoes. These are some fantastic ways this card is being used right now, but don't forget, with upcoming sets, we are going to see new connections with any standard deck building as well. And don't be surprised to see a lot of these cards finding homes in Commander in the years to come. This is one of those lands that you've just got to pay attention to because it may break something later on. Let's get on to our next card and see what other fantastic card climbs up to number 9 this week. And that is going to be the Sword of Forge and Frontier at number 9 with 736 sales this week, with an average price of $28.89 US, €15.01 to get this card into your house. And here in Canada, you'll be paying about $40 for this card. Now, don't underestimate what this card can do for decks. It is already seeing play in multiple decks in Pioneer and in Modern. It is in RG in Pioneer, White Weenie Pioneer, Mono White Life Flight in Pioneer, as well as Boros Midrange in Modern, Smallpox in Modern, as well as Azorius in Pioneer. Guys, a great card, and remember, this kind of market decides the uses for these cards over the long term. If a card sees play, it is going to have demand. And if it continues to have demand, the price will hold on cards like this. It's unlikely to get a reprint anytime soon, unless of course it finds itself into a secret layer, depending on demand for this card and the reprints for Phyrexia All Will Be One. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 8 this week, and that is going to be Scaralev's Hive. It's got 770 sales. It's got a market price of $6.44 US, around $10 here in Canada, and it's €6.98 to get this card in your house. We did talk about this in the Card Watch during the spoiler season. It's a great card. It's seeing a lot of play. Already in Standard, it's being found in a few decks like White Weenie, as well as a Modern deck, which is going to be Hammer Time. Guys, cards like this, people always buy 4 of. They hold on to it. And it will continue to see use because of the fact they have Toxic. And we don't know what game effects will happen in Aftermath when it comes around. So you got to keep this kind of in mind if you're buying the card. It is kind of cheap right now. It might be the right time to buy it before it levels out. And it could go higher if more decks start to use it. So a Commander card as well for enchantment decks. Keep that stuff in mind, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the number 7 card this week. And that is Phyrexian Arena with 892 sales in the number 7 slot, with an average price of $3.01 US. It's around $6 here in Canada, €2.83 to get this card into your house. Now, of course, this is a reprint card. I love the artwork. The style is amazing. The Vraska betraying Jace is just one of those epic scenes. You're like, yeah, Jace, you got what you deserved. But again, this card is starting to see play. It's got homes already in Standard Rakdos, as well as in Pioneer Rakdos, Mono Black Zombies, as well as Golgari. Keep this stuff in mind because the more uses people find for these cards, the more likely they are to hold value in the longer term, and that's great for anyone who wants to hold on to a few copies and enjoy this card long term. Some people might start speccing on cards like this as well. The surge in sales in this kind of card is kind of surprising this week. We'll take a look next week and see how well it holds up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the number 6 card this week, and that is Sheoldred's Edict. Now, we've already talked about this card. It's already been on the hot 10 for a few weeks, guys. It still has 1,543 sales. The market price may be only $1.17 right now US, but it's the amount of play it's seeing that really will dominate the sphere. The fact it's instant, gets played everywhere already, and it's only €1. It's $2 here in Canada, but take a look. This thing's got homes in Standard and Rakdos, Grixis Control and Pioneer, Modern and it's in Mardu and Pioneer Rakdos again, Orzhov and Delirium in Standard. This thing is all over the place. Not to mention how much Commander play it's seeing. I already have several friends who put it basically in any deck that has black. Its ability to affect so many states of gameplay on so many levels is just an amazing card, and it costs next to nothing. Should you be speccing on it, kind of like a Deadly Dispute type thing? I think you might be onto something. Let's check out number 5 this week, and that is, of course, it's the venerated Rot Priest at number 5. 1,652 sales this week. It has an average price of $13.99 US, €9.68 to get that card into your house. And here in Canada, you're looking at around $17 to $20 Canadian. Now, guys, I use this card. I've been playing it because everyone else is playing it. It bothers me to no end, okay? Everyone just protects it, targets it, causes all kinds of effects, and then you just multiple die, and there's nothing you can do about it. But you know what? Sometimes that's the way the Rotten Priest falls. This thing's got homes already in Infect in Modern, Rot Priest Storm in Modern. This is just a disgusting card to see all around. There's not much people can do about it right now. I'm hoping there's some cards in Aftermath or upcoming sets that help deal with a card like this. But man, even when I try to use Farewell, they just like phase it out. It's disgusting. Love the card, love what it does. Hate when it happens to me though. Now our next card really shouldn't surprise anyone. That's the Bloated Contaminator. 1,736 sales this week. It's got an average price of $3.22 US. €3.26 to get that card into your house. It's around $5 here in Canada. But again, this type of card is starting to see play because of its toxic ability and trample. So it's going to hit people, okay? This one is finding homes inside Pioneer, Devotion to Green, Selznaya, and Standard, guys. I'm using this thing basically in any deck I build because it's a 3 casting cost for a 4/4 with trample and toxic. If that's not powerful, if that's not amazing, I don't know what else is, okay, guys? This stuff is just some nutty, powerful card that basically should be in everyone's deck that plays green. I don't care what it is, put it in. And it costs so little right now, it's an amazing card for anyone to add in. And who knows where it'll find homes later on. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next card this week. Rounding our way down the top 10 to number 1, we've got White Sun's Twilight with 1,823 sales this week at number 3. The average price is $1.75 US. It's around $3 here in Canada. €2.36 to get this card into your house. If this was an instant, it'd be even more broken, but hey, 2 white plus X as a sorcery, and you gain X life. Create X 1/1 colors for X Might tokens with Toxic. I don't care if they can block or not. It's an amazing card. If you spend more than 5, it wipes the board. This card is just an all-round, you gotta have it. It's a board clearance. Now, the only real home it's found right now is in Standard in White Weenie. I don't think that'll be the only deck that it finds a home in, and I think you'll see some Commander decks picking this card up as a mid to late game board wipe and creature power that you have to deal with. Remember, cards like this are always kind of going to be super cheap. Don't get talked into overspending on cards like this. They always seem to come around again, so enjoy the card, but don't overspend. Now, the Eternal Wanderer is number 2. 2,384 sales this week. But this card is something a lot of people are starting to use. It's got homes in decks everywhere. Okay, the average price is only $4.24 US. It's around $6 here in Canada. And it's €3.22 to get this card into your house. But it can be found in standard decks like White Weenie and Selznaya. We got Blue-White Control in Pioneer, Mono-White Life Flight in Pioneer. We've also got it in standard decks, Orzhov as well as Standard Rakdos and Pioneer Simic Stompy. This thing is everywhere. People love using the Wanderer, and it makes sense because of that. It can only be attacked by one creature at a time, and its +1 ability to exile and bring stuff back and get those triggered abilities going. And when you double this up using Mother of Machines, it can be totally disgusting. I pulled this off a few times myself. You just can't underestimate the power of a card like this. Even at 6 casting, it's crazy. Now let's go ahead and take a look at number 1. That's right. We now have Atraxa the Grand Unifier at number 1, with I believe is the highest sales we've ever had in a single week. 7,203 sales. And yes, I counted and I didn't stop because it was too much fun to see where this card was going. Guys, it's basically being played anywhere from Legacy, Vintage, Standard, Modern. It is being played everywhere. The spikes on this thing are insane. It is covering everything. Do not ignore the card. And I remember when I did that box opening for 401 games, I opened 3 in that first box. Do you remember? If you haven't seen that video, go back. I didn't think much of it now, but I look back and just say, I made them so much money pulling those 3. That's amazing. This card is being used everywhere. It's going to continue to see play. And if it breaks something, don't be surprised if a card like this gets banned, guys. Atraxa, I'm glad you're here. You are unifying everybody into using you. Talk about Phyrexia. All will be one. Guys, that's the number 1 card. This is your Hot 10. Let's close things out with a quick conversation. I mean, wow. Look at the sales on that card, man. Guys, this has got to be the highest one. That took forever to count. I called in a couple of friends, called in some favors. We did some work conferencing, got the sales added up. That was some nutty numbers. So I really hope you guys enjoyed stuff. But expect to see sales like this for a few more weeks, I think. Now that Wizards is giving us more breathing room between sets and it isn't such a tight timetable, players are going to have the chance to explore these sets, brew more, and try to expand on what these things can do in each set. So I think we're going to see some more Brothers War sales in a couple of weeks, probably some more Dominaria United, as people say, well, you know what, why? There's nothing new coming out. Maybe I'll crack a few old packs. Maybe I'll try something out, or somebody tries brewing stuff and comes up with some crazy combos. This has been a really interesting week for the sales. I can't wait to see what will go forward in the next couple of weeks, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're new to the channel, you just found me right now, I hope you guys will consider hitting that subscribe button, joining my channel, because I like to talk to everyone every day. I can't wait to see the comments in the comments section. You guys are fantastic. You know it's true. And thanks for hanging out with the Mox Man today. I look forward to seeing you guys all tomorrow for the Reserve List Hot 10. All right, guys, have a great day today. Get out there and play some Magic.